Hey, what up guys? It's Ryan with Brainstorm. So this isn't a little introductory beat, it's a little 4 count. And it's perfect to get started. In fact, it's the one that I actually learned for the first time ever drumming. And it was super simple, which is what you need. It gives you the confidence. And you get this down and you're like, man, I can actually play the drums. And it's a 4 count. And actually, some real drum experts might call it an 8 count. It sounds like this on the hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, the professionals would call that an 8 count because they'd say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But to keep it simple, let's just call this a 4 count. And all you're going to do is on the hi-hat here, you're going to count to 4, literally tap it 4 times in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over and over, right? Until you have that thing down. Then once you're totally bored with that and you have that down, 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 1, you're going to bring in your bass drum, right? So you're going to say, now that's the only thing you're going to bring in. So you're going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you do that until you're like yawning and it's super easy. And then on the 3, you're going to bring in your snare, right? So now you have bass and hi-hat at the same time on the 1. And then on the 3, you're going to still keep your hi-hat, but you're going to add a snare. So 1, 2, right? Super mellow. And that's the key. I hate when people learn it and they want to go and they get all hyper. Take it really slow until you have it dialed. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is your beat. And you can do that for 3 days until you have it totally down. And the funny thing about these beats, when you're learning these intro beats in this class, there's one thing to totally keep in mind. Is you start with the intro beats and do exactly what I say, but by all means, once you get really comfortable, start to add stuff, start to mix it up and get weird, right? So this is what it started with, a little faster. But now maybe I'll start to mess with the hi-hat. Right? Or maybe I'll, again, there's no rules. So I still have that 4 count, but now I'm going to maybe bring in, maybe double kick on the bass. Who cares? Right? And then, so now let's see what happens on the snare. So what starts as the most basic beat in the entire world, after a few weeks, after a few months, it starts to evolve into something that sounds almost complicated. And what's weird about drumming is, if we did this same 4 count and we taught it to 10 people, and you came back in a year, they would all 10 would have weird kind of different variations on that same beat. And that's what I encourage you to do. Leave the 4 count beat, keep the 4 count, but explore. As long as you're in the pocket, keep the groove, do whatever you want. And then the next kind of thing you're going to do when you have this beat down, again, here's the beat, is that you can leave the beat, do a little fill on the rest of your drums, and then try to come back with the same timing, right? And so, it'll be funky. At first you'll mess up, right? It'll be really simple and kind of weird timing. You'll mess up a lot, but eventually that's what drumming is keeping this rhythm, going out and doing a little fill, coming back all with the right timing. Right? And so that's what you need to practice is you have to practice essentially keeping your 4 count, leaving, doing some explorative, cool fills, and then coming back. Because again, you don't want to mess up the rest of your band when you're actually drumming with people. It's your responsibility to keep the beat. So don't be frustrated if this beat sounds too simple. It's not. Add on, add on. And so here's what it might look like over time. Right? So So that's what your job is. Your job is to learn it, take it really slow, really mellow, and then as you get it more and more dialed, then you can sound cooler over time. All right, you guys, good luck.